Hard to believe it's been 3 years since I made this octopus for Ferrettails. I cut out the panels for the head section and then used fusible fleece on the flannel part. It takes a long time to iron it and make it stick. It was one of my first attempts and I was so happy with how it turned out, but not gonna lie, it wasn't easy. After I ironed on all the pieces, I cut out 1/4 inch foam for the bottom and the sides of the head. The bottom is layered with flannel, fusible fleece, foam, and then the green fleece. The sides are put right sides together and topped with the foam, then clipped, as each of these will have an opening for the legs to fit into, and the smile. For the legs, I cut the batting, flannel, crinkle paper, and fleece. 3 of the legs will have a hole to crawl into on the top, and 2 of the legs will have crinkle paper and no top hole. All of the legs will have a layer of batting so it stays open. For the legs with the hole, I base stitch around the edges to keep everything in place before I put the right sides together and stitch them closed. For the legs with the crinkle, I sew the right sides together and leave a hole to turn out the leg. This gets stitched up later. Next, I move to the head pieces and stitch around the mouth and circle outlines, cut them, turn them out, then base them closed. Here's a pile of the pieces before assembly. Time to assemble. Right sides together, I put a leg in a head piece and pin it together. This part can be tight to sew, and make sure you're stitching through everything. Once all the legs are sewn to the head pieces, I begin stitching the head together. As the project becomes closer to being finished, it gets more and more cumbersome, but the final outcome is worth it. Normally, I would sew the hem on the legs before sewing them to the head, but I was in a hurry and forgot my process. The last step is to sew the bottom piece on and trim the last seam. After that, I lint roll everything before turning it out through the mouth. This is where I take my time, as I certainly don't want to tear any stitches and start over. I package my creation and send it off to its new loving home. These are available by request only through my Etsy shop, as they are quite labor intensive and not easy to make. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you soon.